On the wedding day, the bride ran away. I turned around and married her mother. If I can't be your groom, I'll be your new father. When she came back and saw that I was still in her house, she thought I was being shameless and unwilling to leave. She pulled out a pure and innocent pretty boy from behind and said that this was her true love, asking me not to be wishful thinking. I smiled slightly and held the hand of the woman next to me. Daughter and son-in-law call me dad first. I am the prince of the Ming group. Today is the day I should have married the daughter of the Liu family. The bride who was supposed to appear at the wedding was nowhere to be seen. Are you saying that Liu Ruy and ran away from the marriage? I said in a cold voice. It is said that this is the case. The maid stated, trembling lie. My parents were also very angry. The Ming family and the Liu family started preparing a few months ago. All the major wealthy families in Kyoto received invitations, and the media rushed to report. During this period, if Liu Ruy had any opinions about the wedding, she could raise them at any time. When the wedding was made, she ran away from the marriage. This was simply a slap in the face of the Lin family in public. After my parents comforted me, they hurriedly left to discuss countermeasures. Just as I was hiding in a corner thinking about how to proceed with this engagement party, there was a commotion at the door. I subconsciously looked up and saw a woman in a black suit with a beautiful face. This person is Liu Tang, the current head of the Liu family, and Liu Ruy's nominal mother. At the age of 35, she still looks like she is in her early 20s. Yu Tang rarely goes to large occasions. Even the number of times I have seen her can be counted on one hand. The moment they saw this woman, people from various families in the banquet rushed to squeeze in. Looking at Liu Tang's beautiful face, a crazy idea suddenly popped up in my mind. Watching Liu Tang politely reject everyone and then stride towards me. Aunt Liu. I smiled politely, but there was a little grievance in my voice. The next second, Liu Tang's voice, as deep and pleasant as a cello, rang out. Mr. Lin, I'm sorry for wronging you this time. I've sent people to catch him. You can do whatever you want with him after he's caught. I'll make it clear to everyone that the wedding will be delayed and all losses will be borne by my Liu family. This is indeed a perfect solution, but I have a better choice now. Aunt Liu, I've been engaged to the Liu family since I was a child, but the person I'm going to marry doesn't have to be Liu Ruyan, right? What? The situation changed so quickly that Liu Tang didn't react for a while. After reacting, her eyes became deep. Of course, who do you want to choose? I smiled sweetly and then stretched out my hand to Liu Tang without hesitation. Are you willing to be my bride? Although Liu Tang is Liu Ruyan's nominal mother, she is not Liu Ruyan's biological mother. In fact, Liu Tang has not married yet. It is rumored that when she was 25 years old, she adopted a child from a collateral family, and that child was Liu Ruyan. Liu Tang smiled brightly and raised her eyebrows. Are you sure? Of course. I didn't hesitate. Compared to Liu Ruyan, Liu Tang's mother is more than 1 or 2 times more beautiful than her. Every day I feel comfortable looking at his beautiful face, which is better than being cuckolded by Liu Ruyan, an ugly bitch. Liu Tang looked at me steadily. Okay. His cool and tender white hands held me tightly, and my heart was throbbing. The protagonist of this wedding was changed directly, and there was no need to change clothes. The snow-white and delicate wedding dress was worn on Liu Tang as if it was tailor-made. The two people were so well-matched that they seemed to be the bride and groom. Everyone who could come to the wedding banquet was a smart person. Liu Ruyan's escape from marriage was too sudden, and there was no deliberate concealment. Everyone at the wedding knew almost everything. The reporters smelled the smell of melon, and they couldn't wait to raise their cameras to the stage, waiting to see the farce of the two powerful families in Kyoto. Seeing me holding Liu Tang on the stage, many people were shocked. They were very convinced by the operation of directly changing the bride. The MC took the newly made list and introduced the bride and groom very professionally. Please exchange rings with the bride and groom. Liu Tang took out the ring and put it on me, and I took out the ring and put it on Liu Tang. When I put the ring on Liu Tang, I found that the ring was not suitable, and I showed an apology in my eyes. This ring is Liu Ruyan's size. Time was urgent, and the ring was not made in time, but fortunately it could be used. After exchanging rings, the groom kissed the bride. I was inevitably a little nervous. Yu Tang's image outside is to be self-disciplined. The few times he attended events, he didn't even have a male companion. Would he be willing? I regretted dragging Liu Tang in because of my whim. Just as I was thinking about it, I suddenly felt a soft touch on my mouth. I opened my eyes in disbelief, and what came into view was Liu Tang's flawless face. As if noticing my shock, Liu Tang reached out and held the back of my head, deepening the kiss. I also slowly closed my eyes, and the applause of the guests' blessings was in my ears. My parents were not aware of my sudden choice, but they could only smile at the congratulations from the people around them. They couldn't slap their son in the face in public, could they? While toasting, my mother took my hand and went into the house. My father also locked the door from the inside. Son, what's going on? Why are you suddenly with Yu Tang? Because she looks good. I don't know how to explain my impulse on the spur of the moment. Good looking. My mother thought about Yu Tang's face, and it seemed that she was indeed pretty. But she is more than 10 years older than you. She is about to graduate from elementary school, and you were just born. What's the matter? They say that mature women are caring. I said shamelessly, but my mother still frowned. Just as I was racking my brains to think of how to fool her, someone knocked on the door. Dong, dong, dong. My mother opened the door, and it was Liu Tang standing at the door. I don't know if he just came or had been standing there for a while. My parents quickly put on a generous and decent smile on their faces, as if they were not the ones who suspected him just now. Mr. Yu, what's the matter? I have something to discuss with my uncle and aunt. I don't know what Liu Tang talked about with my parents. After a short while, they no longer opposed this marriage, but were very optimistic about Liu Tang. Liu Tang is also good, capable, and resourceful. My father agreed with Liu Tang's ability. Although she is a little older, this kind of woman is mature and stable, and she will love people. You or Yu-Yan, who escapes at the last minute, is not worthy of his son. After the wedding, I moved directly into the Yu family's big villa. This place is Liu Tang's own residence, and this is my first time here. The decoration inside is simple, which can be summarized in 3 words: black, white, and gray. A day of busy socializing left him with the smell of alcohol and sweat. Yu Tang went to wash up first, and I sat on the sofa to rest. There was the sound of water splashing in my ears, and through the frosted glass of the bathroom I could vaguely see the figure inside. I was a little embarrassed and swallowed my saliva secretly. After a while, the sound of water stopped, and I subconsciously looked up. Yu Tang came out of the bathroom. She was wearing a bathrobe. The open neckline was faintly deep, and there was a pair of white and slender legs. I was a little stunned. I didn't expect her to keep such a good figure. Seeing me staring at her, Yu Tang's mouth showed a faint smile. Xiao you should also take a bath. A low and magnetic voice sounded. Realizing that I was actually staring at her, I hurriedly hid in the bathroom. I took off my clothes. The water rushed over my body, and Liu Tang's call out echoed in my ears. Why didn't I find her so attractive before? After taking a shower, I suddenly remembered that I didn't pick up my clothes. There was no way I could only carefully open the bathroom door crack and reveal half of my face. Liu Tang, I forgot to take my clothes. Can you please pass them to me? It's the bag on the sofa. You can just pass it to me. There was no response from outside for a long time, and I was a little confused. Did Liu Tang go out? Just when I was about to ask again, a response came, okay. The nice voice had a little more hoarseness. Then there were people walking outside and the rustling of bags. Not long after, Liu Tang to the bathroom. Here you go. I carefully opened the door a little and exposed my arms. The clothes were put in my hands. Thank you. When I closed the bathroom door, I accidentally met Liu Tang's eyes. There seemed to be a fire burning in those deep eyes. When I looked at the underwear in my hand, my face was completely red. Ah, I clearly asked him to pass the bag together. After dawdling in the bathroom for a long time, I finally had to come out. I made up my mind and pushed the door open and walked out. Liu Tang had changed into pajamas and was sitting on the bed reading a document. When she saw me coming out, she closed the document. Seeing that there was no joking expression on her face, I was relieved. It just so happened that I had some serious things to ask her. What are you going to do about Yuan's matter? As if she had guessed that I would ask, Liu Tang took out the document she had just read and handed it to me. Take a look. I walked over and took the document, which contained the process of Yuan's acquaintance with a boy. It's similar to the rich daughter and the gigolo in the old sadomasochistic stories. There is a photo posted next to him. He is really a green tea man. Without my knowledge, these two people have experienced one sadomasochistic love and reconciliation after another. Until last night, the gigolo learned that Yuan was going to get married and called Yuan crying. Yuan felt distressed and regretted it. She left her fiancé, who was about to get married, and eloped with her boyfriend overnight. Good guy. If I were not this fiancé, I would really want to bless him. But unfortunately, I'm this unlucky fiancé. Damn, what have these two been doing? Looking at the time on the information, the two have been in a sadomasochistic relationship for 2 months, which is longer than the time it took to prepare for the wedding. If Yuan had revealed a little information, I wouldn't be so angry. Yuan has now taken her boyfriend to travel abroad. I sent someone to bring him back. If you want, our wedding can be disregarded. Liu Tang also saw my anger and thought I regretted it. He said in a light voice, anyway, I didn't get a marriage certificate with him. I just had a wedding. But how could I regret it? I threw away a piece of garbage and picked up a treasure. This is simply my luck. We are married and I'm your wife. We will go to get the marriage certificate tomorrow. I was very serious. Liu Tang saw that my words came from the heart, and he also became serious. You said before that Yuan would let me deal with it. Does it still count? I suddenly showed a naughty smile. Whatever you want. Very good. I want you to freeze her card. Without funds, I don't know how Yuan can be so comfortable abroad with her boyfriend. Liu Tang saw my bad taste. Not only did he not stop me, but also fan the flames. From today, I will take away all the funds under her name. Little husband, what do you think? The sudden little husband made me stun for a moment. I think it's great. I will be happier if I can make her life worse. After dealing with the scumbag, it was time for the next step. Then let's take a break. Liu Tang seemed to be really sleepy and raised his hand to turn off the light. It was pitch black all around. I slept stiffly on the bed. My heart was beating wildly. It was my first marriage, and I was still a little unfamiliar with the business. What should I do next? Wedding night. Just when I was thinking about whether to take the initiative, I heard Liu Tang's voice sleep. I won't touch you until you are willing. Wow, shouldn't this sentence be said by a man with a handsome guy next to him? Can Liu Tang really hold back? Just after closing his eyes, Liu Tang opened his eyes again. I realized that I had just said what was in my heart by accident, and I hurried to make up for it by pretending to be dead. However, within 2 seconds of closing my eyes, I felt another body on my body. A slightly cool jade hand was placed on my chest, and warm breath sprinkled on my ears. Want to try? Facts have proved that you should not mess with a mature woman who has abstained from sex for many years, otherwise you will bear the consequences. The next day, I got up at noon. It was cold around me, and Liu Tang was not there. That's right, the big boss was very busy. My stomach was rumbling with hunger, and I went downstairs to find food. Unexpectedly, Liu Tang was sitting at the dining table, holding a magazine in his hand and reading. Little husband, are you up? Did you rest well last night? Liu Tang was not wearing a suit today, but a simple white shirt on his upper body. The collar of the shirt was slightly open, and the traces inside could be vaguely seen. Thinking of yesterday, my face flushed again, but I replied, unyielding lie. I had a good rest, Tang Tang. Hearing this address, Liu Tang's smile became even more unbridled. It seems that my little husband was very satisfied last night, so I am relieved. Why do you have to add little in front of husband? Where is it small? Liu Tang looked from top to bottom and touched my head. Not small, not small. Look how anxious you are. I hummed and sat at the dining table. I'm hungry. Liu Tang smiled tingly and went to the kitchen to bring the food that had been warmed. You can't eat too greasy food when you just woke up. The breakfast on the table was simple: a plate of buns, 2 plates of side dishes, and a bowl of porridge. I was very hungry, but I didn't care so much. I couldn't wait to pick up a bun and taste it. My eyes lit up instantly. Delicious. Who made this bun? Liu Tang smiled but said nothing. Eh? Thought flashed through my mind. Could it be you who made it? Liu Tang admitted lightly, as long as it suits my husband's taste. I really wanted to say something to discourage him, but the taste was really good. People should not go against their conscience. Seeing that I was enjoying the meal, Liu Tang was also very satisfied. It was worth the cooking skills he specially learned. After finishing the meal slowly, it was already late. I went upstairs to change clothes. The decision to marry Liu Tang was too sudden, and I didn't prepare in advance. There were no men's clothes in the villa, and I brought my clothes back from home. Liu Tang frowned slightly and went out to make a phone call. When I came back, I had packed everything. Let's go, Tang Tang. Okay. Liu Tang wore a white shirt and light-colored jeans today, and she looked like a young college student at first glance. But I blushed, looking at her collarbone exposed by the collar of her shirt and the read mark below. Are you going like this? Is it not possible? Liu Tang was puzzled. I could only go forward to tidy up her collar and then hold Liu Tang's arm and walk out. With the marriage certificate freshly issued, Liu Tang and I are really husband and wife. I am still a little uncomfortable saying goodbye to single life like this, but looking at the handsome man and beautiful woman in the wedding photos, wow, they are really a perfect match. I have a good eye. You are UY and went abroad to travel with that pretty boy and cut off his card. He has no money and should be back in 2 days at most. I am now looking forward to the scene when UY comes back and sees me as his father. Liu Tang is really considerate. After getting the marriage certificate and returning home, time is urgent and there is no time to customize. You can use it for now, Liu Tang said. Although there are many clothes in it that I already have, I am still very touched by Liu Tang's kindness. As I expected, all of Anne's cards were frozen, and it was difficult for her to move abroad. As the daughter of a group, he never had cash in his pocket. Fortunately, there is a pretty boy around him. Since he got together with Anne, he has not worked again, and he still has some saving. If it weren't for the gigolo, he probably wouldn't have come back. The gigolo's real name is Liu Yi. He pretended to comfort Anne. Anne, don't worry, something may have happened. Let's buy plane tickets and go back to have a look. Hubby, thank you. Seeing Liu Yi took out his savings to buy the plane ticket, Anne's face was full of emotion. He vaguely guessed something about his card being frozen. His card has an unlimited limit, and the bank people dare not freeze his card casually. It must be that Minky said something. Anyway, the wedding is over and it's time to return home. Liu Yi has been with him for so long and they are really in love, and it's time to give him a name. After all, he even gave him his first time. Thinking of this, Anne's face, a happy smile appeared on his face. When they return home, they will get married. When he takes over Liu's from Liu Tang, no one will be able to control him anymore. He can foresee his happy life in the future. So the two of them couldn't wait to catch a flight back home overnight. After a 7-hour flight, when the two arrived at the mansion in the morning, it was exactly 8 o'clock in the morning. And knew that Liu Tang usually didn't stay in the old house, so she rushed directly to Liu Tang's villa. At this time, I was lazily nestling on the sofa watching TV, waiting for Liu Tang's breakfast. I have been hanging out with Liu Tang all day these days. I didn't know him well before, and I always felt that he looked abstinent and kept away from idle people. Now I find that it's all pretended. He is clearly a goblin who specializes in sucking people's essence. In order to enjoy the world of two people, Liu Tang also gave the servants in the villa a small holiday. Only the aunt who came to clean the house only came once every few days. Therefore, 3 meals a day fell on Liu Tang. Fortunately, Liu Tang was also happy to do it. Every time he saw my mouth full of food, he would poke it twice with a bad taste. Just then, a mechanical voice came from my ear. Master, someone knocks on the door. I checked the surveillance outside the door in my slippers. Seeing Liu and Liu Yi, who were exhausted, I couldn't help but raise my eyebrows. The speed is quite fast. Your daughter is back. I walked into the kitchen, hugged Liu Tang from behind, and watched him fry a perfect sunny-side-up egg. TSK, TSK, TSK. People can't compare. Well, it's up to you. Liu Tang didn't even raise his eyelids. I was waiting for you to say this. I left Liu Ruyuyn and shall be a who outside the door and slowly went upstairs to change clothes before opening the door. The villa is very large, and the yard outside is also very large. This place can even be said to be a small manor. Before guests came in by car, but unfortunately the driver also took a holiday. I was too lazy to drive to pick them up, so I could only trouble them to walk in by themselves. After Liu, Rui, and Anlu got off the plane, they hurried to the villa without even eating. Now they were hungry and thirsty, but they could only wait at the door. After finally lay waiting for the door to open, they could only walk in by their own legs. This place is really big. Liu Yi's eyes flashed with envy and jealousy. When we get married, I will buy you such a big one. Liu Rui said very generously. That must be very expensive, right? Rui, it's not necessary. No matter where I live, I'm already very happy as long as I can be with you. What's the matter? I will buy you a few villas in the future so you can live in them in turn. She said so casually, but when she really arrived at the door, Liu Rui was a little timid. When Liu Rui was a child, she didn't take Liu Tang, her nominal mother, seriously. But after seeing how Liu Tang dealt with disobedient people, she became obedient. When she grew up, she had a deeper understanding of Liu Tang's methods and was more odd. However, Liu Tang rarely took care of household affairs, which was why Liu Rui aired to run away from marriage. He thought that Liu Tang would never meddle in other people's business, and as the heir of the Liu family, Liu Tang could not deal with him like he dealt with those people. With this thought in mind, Liu Rui cheered herself up. Mom, he pushed open the door, but what came into his sight was not Liu Tang, but an unexpected person. I smiled kindly at Liu Rui outside the door. Hello, you. Why are you here? Liu Rui subconsciously took a step back. Standing behind him was Liu Yi. Liu Yi was unable to dodge and was stepped on. He dared not say a word despite the pain. Hearing Liu Yi's voice, Liu Rui reacted and hurried to see, Are you okay, Yi? Are you Wai? And I'm glad you're okay. Liu Yi gritted his teeth and said softly, You are Wai, and comforted Liu Yi in front of me for a long time. Ming Qi, I didn't expect you to be so vicious. What did I do? It's inexplicable. From the beginning to now, I have been standing there without moving. Do you want to make trouble? Liu Rui also realized that this sentence was a bit nonsensical and changed her target. I didn't expect you to be so shameless. Our wedding has not been held. How can you have the nerve to live here? I don't like you. We have no future. This is my boyfriend Liu Yi. We are getting married soon. What gave you this illusion? I was puzzled and speechless. Good man, this kid didn't even read the report of the day. But why did he have this idea that I would pester him? Too much? I went over all the interactions between myself and Liu Rui in my mind, and I was sure that I didn't. Is Liu Rui a brain-dead person? Brother, I know that I and were indeed engaged before, but you haven't married yet. And Rui and Undai are really in love. Please help us. Liu Yi has already started to perform. A grown man was crying, and those who didn't know would think he had suffered a great injustice. Rui was so distressed that she yelled at me directly, Lin Qi, you are too much. What does this have to do with me? Damn, I couldn't keep up with the train of thought of these two people. Are you sick? Do I sympathize with you so much that the mental hospital can't hold you anymore? Let you run outside and run wild. Liu Rui took a long time to react. You are sick. Liu Rui looked at the indifferent expression on my face and doubted the possibility that I didn't like him. But he thought about where he was now. This is the Liu family, not the Ming family. If Minky wasn't for him, how could he be here? It's all pretending to attract his attention. Liu Rui often her tone, Minky, I have someone I like, and there is no future for us. You should apologize to my boyfriend quickly, and we can still be friends in the future. Who will be friends with you? Brain damage is contagious. Just as I was about to retort, Liu Tang's voice came from behind. Several people looked back at the same time. Liu Tang was wearing a custom-made black shirt that outlined her perfect figure. With her stunning face and abstinent temperament, every move was very attractive. Elyi was a little stunned. Mom, we are back. Why is this person here? Liu, are you why? And couldn't wait to ask Liu Tang. Liu Tang ignored her and waved at me. Come and eat. Because I was standing with you, are you why and Undelyi? When Liu Tang hooked his hand, the two thought Liu Tang was talking to them. Mom, did you make breakfast for us? Liu are you Yan was very moved. After saying that, she wanted to pull Elyi over. As a result, before the two of them touched the table, they were stopped by Yu Tang. What are you doing? Liu or Yu Yan was puzzled. Yu Tang stretched out his hand to me again. Dear. I immediately ran forward and held Yu Tang's hand in front of the two of them. Looking back, I saw Yu Yan and Lu Yi's eyes wide open and their mouths wide open. I smiled very brightly. Daughter, call me daddy. Yu Yan and Lu Yi were stunned in place, their mouths wide open. Yu Tang didn't care about them. He just took my hand and sat on the dining table. Eat cold food, it will hurt your stomach. The two standing there were stunned for 2 minutes before they reacted. Yu Yan even forgot to lower her voice and shouted in disbelief. What? When? How could it be possible on the wedding day? Seeing Liu Yan, who is so arrogant and narcissistic just now has a mouth so open that an egg can be stuffed in it, I am happy. I called you narcissistic and you slapped your face. How can you marry him? Yu Yan couldn't help but say. Seeing my smug look, he speculated with the deepest malice. He must have done it on purpose. Mom, he did it on purpose. Besides, there is a difference of more than 10 years between you two. How can you be together? I admit that I did have a sense of revenge when I chose Liu Tang at the beginning, but only a little. A bigger part of the reason is that as a member of the Ming family, I cannot let the Ming family lose face in front of so many people. People like us don't expect love. I chose Liu Tang because of his identity. Besides, Liu Tang is really much better than Liu Yan, whether it is face, figure, brain, etc. What if there is a difference of more than 10 years? Love knows no age. I raised my eyebrows and then kissed Liu Tang's cheek directly in front of Liu Yan. Revenge you at the cost of marriage? Are you worthy? Come on, call your good daughter dad, or I will let your mother change it on. I threatened. Yu Yan pointed at my smug look and said angrily, Mom, you don't care about him. Hearing this, Liu Tang finally looked up and appreciated his eyes. Just when Liu Yan thought that Liu Tang was finally going to teach me a lesson, Liu Tang rubbed my head lovingly. How can I control him? Besides, I'm marrying Xiao Qi. You should call him Dad. Seeing that Liu Tang was also on my side, Liu Yan felt very aggrieved. After being a princess for so many years, when has he ever suffered such a grievance? He turned his head and wanted to leave at that time. At this moment, he felt his hand being pinched. It was Lu Yi. He lowered his head and looked at Lu Yi's aggrieved little face. Forget it, for the sake of a better life with Lu Yi. In the future, I will endure it. Liu Yan gritted her teeth and uttered a word, Dad. Oh, my daughter is so good. I finally couldn't hold back the smile at the corner of my mouth and laughed very wantonly. Minky looked at me laughing so happily, not giving him face at all, and the Yan's face became darker. Come, Dad has specially prepared a reed envelope for you. I didn't care at all and walked to Liu Yan happily, took out a few bills from my pocket and put them in his hand. Liu Yan didn't want to take it. As a rich lady, he didn't need this little money at all. At this time, Liu Tang said lightly, take it, don't throw it away. I can bear it. Liu Yan gritted her teeth and took it, feeling that her teeth were about to be bitten off by herself. Thank you, Dad. You're welcome. I showed my 8 white teeth. After dealing with him, it was Xiao Bai who was turned next. Oh, this is my future son-in-law. I looked up and down at Lu Yi. Although I have seen it in photos before, but now the real person standing in front of me is really the same. What kind of look is Liu Yan? Although Lu Yi's little white face is really good looking, white, but his figure is like a bamboo pole. Since he entered the yard, the greed in his eyes can't be covered. This person is definitely not a fuel-saving lamp. Only Liu or Yu Yan, a stupid narcissist, could not see it, thinking that Liu Yi was really in love with him. Hello, my name is Liu Yi. Liu Yi held back and really couldn't call the man in front of him, who looked about the same age as him, Dad. Oh, Liu Yi, not bad. I didn't care. I left a sentence and sat back at the table to eat. Next, it was Yu Tang's turn to perform. Yu Tang understood immediately. He wiped his mouth. What are you doing here? When mentioning this mission, Liu Yuan immediately ignored the humiliation just now. Mom, why is my card frozen and the current house under my name? Speaking of this, Liu Yuan remembered that she wanted to doctor her own luxury car when she left the airport, but she had to take a taxi all the way here. I didn't know who was in that car before, and the stench inside made her face green. Why, don't you know? Liu Tang's momentum changed instantly. His tone was stern and he was full of the breath of a superior. You suddenly ran away from the marriage. Do you know what kind of impact it will have on the Lin family and the Yu family? Can you afford the consequences? Liu Yuan was terrified and couldn't help but kneel down and beg for mercy. But thinking of Lu Yi beside her for the sake of her image, she still held back. I just don't like him. What's wrong with wanting to be with someone I like? Seeing Liu Yuan's appearance, that she was not wrong, I sneered. Don't make this matter so simple. It's right that you don't like me, but it's not the first day we've been together, and the wedding is not the first day. If you don't like me, you can just say it in advance. You ran away from the marriage the day before the wedding and didn't tell anyone. You are putting our Ming family's face on the ground. Liu Yuan married the only son of my Ming family, which is equivalent to having an assistant of the Ming family behind him, which established his status as the heir. Otherwise, there are so many children in the Liu family, and there are many who are more capable and smart than him. What right does he have? After I finished speaking, Liu Tang looked at Liu Yuan. Do you understand? Liu Yuan hesitated and could no longer say that he was not wrong. In fact, he is just stupid. He has been used to smooth sailing since he was a child. No matter what mistakes he made, everyone didn't care because he was the eldest son of the Liu family. This also cultivated his character of not considering the consequences of doing things and doing whatever he wanted. I know I was wrong and I won't dare to do it again. Do you still want a future? Liu Tang's cold eyes swept over. Yuan reacted. No, there is no future. You want to be with him? He was referring to Liu Yi. Yes, Mom, I love him. I can't imagine the day when I can't marry him in the future. I want to marry him. Liu Yuan immediately became energetic and said sincerely, Aunt Liu Yuan and I are really in love. I really love her. Liu Yi also said. While speaking, those eyes looked at Liu Tang shyly. I was full of disdain. We are all women, so I naturally understand what that look means. This pretty boy is not a good person, but it's not my turn to play now, so I won't interrupt. Yes, but if you want to be with him, you have to give up your status as the heir of the Liu family. At the thing I have given, you will be taken back. I will not support a useless person. Liu Tang said lightly. No matter what kind of person this Liu Yi is, the heir of the Liu family Camely cannot marry an ordinary man. Unless Liu Yuan has the same ability as Liu Tang. But Liu Yuan is as innocent as a child in her teens. Everything she has now is given by Liu Tang. Liu family, Liu Yuan said in disbelief. He just wants to marry the man he likes, so is he going to pay such a high price for it? Yuan. After I heard what Yu Tang said, Liu Yi was also shocked. How can this be possible? He approached Liu and acted in front of her just to enter the Yu family and live a rich and prosperous life without worrying about money. If Liu Yuan really agreed, she would have no house, car, or money, so why would she be with him? It would be better to let Liu Yuan stay in the Yu family. As long as he can hold her, he can have as much money as he wants. But before he could persuade her, Liu Yuan held his hand affectionately. Don't worry, I will never let you down. The next second, she turned around and replied to Liu Tang. Okay, I promise you. I am no longer your daughter and the heir of the Liu family, so I can marry Liu Yi, right? No, Lu Yi's heart was bleeding, and he could only pretend to be moved. Are you Yan? You don't have to do this for me. You are the daughter of the Liu family, and you have a bright future. You don't have to persuade me anymore. I know what this decision I made means. I promise to marry you, and I will definitely marry you. Don't worry, we will work hard together in the future, and we will definitely live a good life. Liu or Yan looked affectionate. I sat at the table watching the two people chatting about nonsense, and the smile on my face couldn't be hidden. Talking to such a fool, Liu Yi was almost angry to death. It was just right to taste his confused feelings just now. Then I won't keep you here. Let's go. Without waiting for Lu Yi to persuade Liu Yan to turn back, Liu Tang had already ordered them to leave. Let's go! Miss Liu Yan got angry and dragged Lu Yi away. After the two of them left and the door closed, I couldn't help laughing. I laughed so hard that my stomach hurt. Ha! So happy. Liu Tang came up to me helplessly and rubbed my stomach. I raised my head and said heroically, of course I'm happy. Look at Liu Yan's face just now. She was so. I grabbed Liu Tang's hand and looked at him with sparkling eyes. Are you really going to kick Liu Yan out? He has called you mom for so many years. He is not the only one who wants to call me mom. Liu Tang raised his hand and rubbed my head. And he is too confused and irresponsible. How can he take on the responsibility of Liu Group? That's right, he should suffer. I nodded and agreed. The eldest lady is used to being comfortable and will not listen to any objections. How can she take on the responsibility of Liu Group? Liu Tang was resolute and decisive. When Liu Yan agreed, he immediately called the Yu family and gave an order. No one is allowed to help Liu Yan, and those who violate the order will bear the consequences. Yu Yan's biological parents were also very disappointed with their daughter. Why did they try their best to give Liu Yan to Liu Tang as a daughter? As a result, Liu Yan was confused because of a man. When Liu Yan called her parents to borrow money, they refused without hesitation to let this stinky girl suffer. Liu Yan was confused and her parents hung up the phone. Lu Yi next to her was still anxiously urging, Are you Yan? What's wrong? Did your parents agree? It's okay, I still have friends. You Yan's stubborn temper also came up, and she called all the friends on her mobile phone one by one. In the end, the amount of money she borrowed was only a few 100,000 yuan. It sounds like a lot, but he used to spend more than that. These flatterers, he was so angry that he threw his mobile phone to the ground and it broke into pieces on the spot. He comforted Lu Yi, Don't worry, I won't let you live the hard life before. I will find a job tomorrow, and I can make you live a life without worries about food and clothing. Lu Yi lowered his head in silence, and something flashed in his eyes. What he wanted was not just to have no worries about food and clothing. Regardless of Liu Yan's setbacks, I have gone to Sanya for my honeymoon with Yu Ting. Sunshine and beach, here I come. I put on my swimsuit and walked out of the house. As expected, Liu Tang was so beautiful that I couldn't take my eyes off her, and I couldn't bear to blink. How is it? Does it look good? He turned around in front of me very proudly. Let's go out and play. Just as he was jumping and preparing to open the door to go out, his arm was grabbed by me. I exerted force and he was pulled into my arms. What are you doing? I think the lady is very beautiful, so it's better not to go out today. I don't want other people to see the lady like this. Then what do you want to do? Liu Tang's eyes were deep. What do you think? I smiled wickedly, gently leaned close to my ear and exhaled like orchid. It was the next day when I woke up. He stood in front of the mirror and looked at the marks on his body. Ming Qi, you are such a bad man. If a man is not bad, women will not love him, right? The beach in Sanya, the boundless sea and the blue sky blend into one. It's so beautiful. Liu Tang sat quietly on the lounge chair and looked at me. When the time was almost up, he called me over to a place and screamed to him, feed him fruits and juice. Life is the best. But Liu Yan was miserable. He was used to spending lavishly. Although he borrowed hundreds of thousands from his friends before, plus some of his previous savings, he could barely make up more than 200,000. But with his unrestrained spending, less than a month later, more than 200,000 was gone. Yuan has never found a job. Instead, Louis found a job as a waiter and took on the responsibility of supporting the family. Belvy still has hope, thinking that the Liu family might just pretend to force him to leave. He insisted on playing the role of a good boyfriend in front of Yuan. Yuan was naturally moved and was very sincere to him. The remaining tens of thousands of yuan in his pocket were all given to Lu Yi to save. He also went to work in a company with Lu Yi's introduction. Yuan graduated from a prestigious university after all, so it was more than enough for her to apply for a job. But Yuan was used to being arrogant. After entering a small company, he was just a small employee and anyone in the company could step on him. How could he bear it? He had a fight with his boss 3 days after entering the company, lost tens of thousands of yuan, and was gloriously dismissed. Yuan, you really have to restrain your temper. If you continue like this, what will we do in the future? It's so hard to save tens of thousands of yuan, and it's all gone in a flash. Lu Yi was very irritated, but he could only suppress his anger and patiently enlighten Yuan. I don't want to either. Who told him to order me around all day long? Yuan lowered her head, mumbling like a child who had done something wrong. After these days' experience, he also knew that after he was no longer the eldest daughter of the Liu family, no one would really care about him. Only Lu Yi treated him as before. He couldn't lose Lu Yi again. Yuan, I know it's not your fault. But we have no money, no power. We can only endure it slowly. Lu Yi lowered his head, his voice choked. Why not? Why don't you go and beg Aunt Liu? And my parents, if they are soft-hearted, they will definitely let you go back. Don't worry, I will do my best. Yuan's eyes became firm. But he still did not agree to Li Yi's request to go to the Liu family for help. Yuan also has pride in his bones. He must do what he promised Liu Tang. He wants to live a good life by himself, not just relying on others. A month later, Liu Tang and I came back from our honeymoon. When I saw Yuan again, I was shocked. Is this still the unruly young lady before? Her hair was fluffy and covered with dust, and her clothes were wrinkled and dirty. If you don't know, you might think she is a bricklayer in a construction site. He was holding a box of milk and a box of cakes in his hands. What are you doing? Yuan also knew that his current appearance was incompatible with the magnificent mansion. He scratched his head, a little embarrassed. Lied. Don't worry, I'm not here to ask for money. What do you mean? I frowned and didn't react for a while. I just wanted to come and thank you. Yuan put the milk and cakes on the ground. Probably worried that the dirt on her body would get on me, Yuan bowed to me from a few steps away. I was so scared that I took a step back and didn't dare to take the things. Thank me for singing the same tune with Liu Tang and driving him out to enjoy life? Isn't Yuan crazy? Yes, thank you. If it weren't for what you said to me, I might never feel the happiness I have now in my life. Although I am not as rich as before, I am happy every day to be with Yi. Yuan's smile was not fake. He was really happy. In the past month, Yuan had experienced too much. In the first half of her life, she was praised by thousands of people. How comfortable she was, how miserable she was now. She was pregnant, and Li naturally didn't want her to go out to work again. But she disagreed. Seeing that the money in his hand was running out, he gritted his teeth and found another job. Working in a private company, he couldn't stand the arrogance of the management. The salary of being a waiter and washing dishes was too low, and he couldn't support Li Yi and the unborn baby at all. So Yuan gritted her teeth and went to wash dishes. She really went to wash dishes in a restaurant, earning 100 yuan a day. Money. He used to pay 10 times more for a glass of wine, but now he works hard for this little money. During this time, he knew how difficult life was for the lower-level employees. This was something Yuan had never understood before. Although it is hard and tiring now looking at the salary in the card, he feels very fulfilled. After returning home every day, I feel warm in my heart, when I see the hot meals at home and Li Yi's smiling face. Is this the feeling of home? I saw the joy revealed by Liu or Why and understood. I didn't expect Liu Yi to be able to hold on for so long. Then Liu are you why and threw another bomb? I came here this time to tell you that I am pregnant. We have children. I will raise them with my own efforts in the future. I was shocked in my heart, but I didn't show it on my face. Just be happy. Liu Tang and I wish you happiness. Liu are you Wyan was waiting for this sentence. She left happily. I looked at her back and felt that she was like a fool. I told Liu Tang about Liu Aryan's pregnancy and that he had sent a box of milk and cakes and asked him if he wanted to try them. Liu Tang was also a little surprised and got up to make a phone call. 2 hours later, a new piece of information was sent over. Liu Tang opened it first and glanced at it. I came over curiously. How is it? How is it? Take a look. Liu Tang didn't say anything directly, but just handed me the file. I became more curious, took it and scanned it from top to bottom. After looking around, it was all of Liu Ryan's experiences in the past 2 months. No wonder he said so many inexplicable things at the door just now. It turned out that he really experienced a lot. When she was the eldest daughter of the Liu family, everyone praised her, but now she knows the warmth and coldness of human nature. Not bad, not bad. There is progress. But when I saw the next line, I raised my eyebrows. Thinking about Liu Yan's happy face, it seems that I still have to experience another critical hit. Wait a little longer, it should be soon. Liu Tang took the file from my hand and rubbed my head lovingly. It seems that you don't care about Yan as much as you acted before. The files were delivered so quickly. Does this prove that Liu Tang had been sending people to follow Yan before? No. Liu Tang shook his head. He said in short, he wanted to watch the show, so he specially sent people to keep an eye on Yan and Liu Yi to ensure that I get the first bite of the fresh melon. He smiled and bit Liu Tang's face, leaving a circle of teeth marks on my face. Do you have to bite it? No, you are all mine, he said proudly. Of course, it's my honor. But I do not mind if you also bite a few more times. No, he jumped up from my body. A fact is just as Liu Tang said. It didn't take long. In 1 month, Li sold the house and ran away with all the money. And was a spendthrift, so Liu Yi suggested that all the money be handed over to him for safekeeping. And naturally agreed without hesitation. All the money she earned from working during this period was handed over to Liu Yi. And only had a few hundred yuan in pocket money. Liu Yi ran away so suddenly that and didn't even notice anything unusual. After returning home from get off work as usual, she found that another group of people had moved into the house. After anxiously asking, she learned that the original owner had sold the house to them. And huddled at the intersection in a daze with strawberries that he brought to Liu Yi on the way. Why? And didn't understand. It was clear that before everything is fine, why did LV leave? Did he do something wrong? With only a few hundred yuan in hand, it is not enough to stay in this bustling big city for 1 night. Without a quilt or even a little heating, Liu Yan could only curl up on a reclining chair in the park, shivering in the early winter night. At night, she was so cold that she couldn't fall asleep. Yan kept recalling what had happened in the past 6 months. She finally believed that she had been deceived. A sounded like laughter and crying came from Liu Yan's throat. After finally making it to dawn, Liu Yan stood up in a daze and walked towards the Public Security Bureau. After deceiving him so badly, Elvayu should not think about having an easy life. Just one step away from the Public Security Bureau, her eyes went black and she fainted. When she opened her eyes again, she saw the ward. She had a miscarriage. Awake, I got up and poured Liu Yan a glass of water. Why are you here? Liu Yan's throat was hoarse, and she was obviously surprised when she saw me. You fainted at the door of the Public Security Bureau, and the police called us to notify us. I told the truth. Liu Tang has some things to do, and there are a lot of things to do in the company. After drinking the water, Liu Yan's throat felt much better. Thank you. You're welcome. It's just a small favor. I waved my hand indifferently. What are your plans next? After saying this, Liu are you? Wyan was silent and said nothing. I was very tactful. If you don't want to talk, forget it. You're awake, and my mission is accomplished. Let's go. Liu are you? Wyan clenched her fists, and the clench tighter and tighter. When I was about to step out of the ward, wait. Dad! I turned around in surprise, and then with a plop, Liu Rui and got off the bed and knelt directly in front of me. What are you doing? I asked knowingly. I want to beg you. I was wrong before, I was blind. Please be magnanimous and help me. It's really not easy to let this always proud young lady apologize to herself sincerely. I felt relieved and nodded readily. Okay. Really? Liu Rui and didn't seem to expect me to be so straightforward. I raised my eyebrows in dissatisfaction. What are you looking at? I'm very kind. As I said that, I took out a piece of paper from my bag and handed it to Liu Rui. Hey, this is the reason why your boyfriend left. Liu Rui and couldn't wait to take it and read it very carefully, not wanting to miss even a single word. Dao Yi was not as sincere as he appeared. When Liu Yi was in high school, he was hanging out with a group of gangsters. He didn't pay attention to the class and naturally didn't get into college, so he had to go out to work at a young age. He was used to being lazy, so how could he be willing to work honestly? Just these two words every day. Lao Yi set his eyes on Yu Rui, who often came to the hotel for dinner. The eldest lady has a strong self-esteem and lives a luxury. This kind of woman is the easiest to fool. In fact, Liu Yuan was indeed fooled by Liu Yi. If it weren't for me, who ran out halfway and played cards unconventionally, causing Liu Yi's plan to deviate, he would have succeeded. So that's it. He really thinks I'm a clown. Tears rolled down one by one. He really likes Liu Yi. Looking at Liu Yuan, who is kneeling on the ground and crying heartbreaking, I shook my head and said, hey, people must not be in love. The harder Liu Yuan cried, the faster she recovered. She was crying her eyes out the day before, but the next day she put on a suit and went to work at Liu's group. This was naturally arranged by Liu Tang. However, Liu Yuan was not the deputy general manager this time, but a junior employee at the bottom of the group. According to Liu Tang, don't think about getting something for nothing. How can you prove your ability without making some achievements? How far you can climb depends on yourself. Liu Yuan graduated from a prestigious university after all, and she was able to find her way to the bottom position smoothly. After a few months of training outside, his temperament became much more stable. He handled both big and small matters very well, and Liu Tang, who always did not tolerate flaws, was very satisfied. After Liu Yi left Liu Yuan, his life was not as good as he had imagined. He found his former lover and they lived together. At the beginning, they had money to spend, and the two of them lived in harmony. Later, when the money in their hands was spent, the woman immediately ran away with the remaining money. I watched the video sent to my phone by the private detective. Couldn't help but want to laugh. When I showed Liu Yuan and the situation of Liu Yi in the past few months, Liu Yuan was studying a big project and had been working nonstop for 2 days and 2 nights. He had voluntarily given up his status as the heir of the Liu family for Liu Yi. Even if he comes back now, it is impossible for him to return to this position. He has to compete with other young masters and young ladies. Whoever is capable can climb higher. Yuan looked up from a pile of documents and saw the 2 words, Liu Yi, written on the paper. She felt as if she was in another world. When she just realized that she was deceived by Liu Yi, the feeling of wanting to die was a little ridiculous when she thought about it now. He was too immature before, but seeing Liu Yi's end at this time, she couldn't help but feel a little gloating in her heart, cheating people's feelings, bad luck for 8 lifetimes. But I have to thank Liu Yi. If he hadn't experienced this, he would never grow up in his life. Liu Yuan smiled with relief. Thank you, Dad. You don't have to show me anything about him in the future. I don't care about him anymore. You're right. I gave him a thumbs up just for calling me Dad. I had to give him a thumbs up. After washing up at night, I lay in bed and thought of this incident. I told Yu Tang about Louis as a joke. Yu Tang didn't care much. He was able to trick Liu Yuy, and because Liu Yuy and is even more stupid. I agreed. Speaking of this, Liu Yuan's reaction surprised me. Didn't he always think about love before? How did he change so quickly? I think he is about to give up love and convert to Buddhism. It was beyond my expectation that Liu Yuan could get out of this matter so quickly. Listening to my little mouth constantly talking about Yuan, Li Ting finally couldn't stand it anymore and said in a hoarse voice, "Since my husband is so free, why don't we do something fun? Forget it, I have to go to the company tomorrow.